I get told by a lot of people that they don't like to mount because they don't have a lot of options when they get up on top of somebody here. So I'm going to give you a few options that you can use when you get the mount. This is one of my favorite moves that I like to do when I mount it on somebody. I like to do the arm wrap around somebody. And what I usually do, I'm going to go for an Americana. Now you can try to do this from an Americana. You can do this when a guy's pushing on you or he's keeping his arms in and you just try to push and get your chest right on here. But I think it works really good when you go for an Americana because a guy always wants to reach over and try to grab. Or say he straightens his arm out. So I'm right here and I'm pushing and I'm going down for an Americana and maybe Matt starts to straighten his arm out right here because he doesn't want me to get this. That's fine. That's what I'm after. So what I do is I take his wrist and I just bring his arm over across him real quick. As I bring it across, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my chest right on his back of his tricep here, take my hand and I'm going to bring it under and I'm going to grab right on his wrist. Now I know a lot of you have seen this, but I'm going to show you some ways that you can tap this guy out from this position. In a street self-defense encounter, this is an awesome way to be on top of somebody and hold them for a while. One of the first things that you can do is this wrist lock right here. I like to take and I'll push, and if this is bent right here, I can grab or I can just push it into the ground and get a tap right there. People don't like it when you do that easily. So I'm on here, I have that hold there. Second thing I can do, I like to take my hand, I bring it, make a little room, bring it right in between his head and his arm right here. This is a sneaky one. Some people call it cheating. I don't know. I get people to tap with it. So this goes right in here and I make a fist. So as it's right here, I make a fist right in the side of his neck and then I push down again and I start moving it around. That causes a lot of pain and he doesn't like that at all. So one more time, I've got this going here. I can take my hand and I can bring this right in here, putting the pain on him, pushing down just like this. Another thing that you can do right here is I can start attacking this arm. Now a lot of times what I do, and this is a low probability move, but it's always fun, is a guy is trying to reach up here and grab, or maybe he's pushing on your hip right here. If he does that, what I like to do is I'll just grab him right at the wrist and I'll come up and try to wrist lock him with this one too. You get him right here. Another thing you can do is you can come under his hand right here. So I'm right here, I come under the hand. As I do that, I'm going to pull this up this way as I take my knee and put it right by his head. So it looks something like this. It's here, this goes up, I come up like this and I go here and I catch him right here. Now, he might try to push with his arm, but it's too late if I've got this sucker really tight right here, okay? So I can go right to that one. If I want to and he starts to push on that one, I can go for an arm bar right here. I just take it over and do the arm bar. Another way that I can do an arm bar from right here is I go in here. Remember how I put this in here and made a fist? Well, instead of making the fist, I'm just going to grab my forearm right here. So I've got him in a forearm. All I'm going to do is I'm going to sit up and I'm going to take his head right to the side. Now from right here, this just comes around. I grab my forearm again. Look, I have this in a figure four, and I can just take this over and put him in an arm bar to get this here. So one more time on this. I'm here, I take my hand, bring it through, grab my forearm from right here. I just sit up on it. I'm pulling him. He can't move. Move around, Matt. Makes it real hard. I've got him. Then this just comes around. I let go for just a second. Grab that again. Come over. Get him in an arm bar. As you can see, there's a lot of different moves that you can do. Another one that I like to do from this position, of course you all understand that I can start turning Matt over right here if I want to get him in a back mount. I'm going to go over this. It's a pretty simple move. A lot of you have seen it, but let's just go over it for a second. The key here is you got to move your leg. So Matt might be resisting. I open my leg, take my chest, and I push right on the back of his shoulder right here. So I push. Then I move my chest and I push again, keeping that space in there. Right when I get to here, what I like to do, that sometimes that elbow gets right in the road, I just like to push it and move it. And now I'm right here, right for a back mount, and you hold on. From here, you can start moving this in for a choke if you want, getting your hooks in. But that's a way to turn a guy over when you're right here. The last one I'm going to show is a way that you can get a head and arm triangle. I'm right here. Matt might try to start pushing this up. Go ahead and push that up, Matt, with this hand. You say he pushes that up. Fantastic. I'm going to let him, as it makes space, this hand right here is just going to come under and grab a hold, and I put my head against it. I figure 4 it right here, and then I just hop off. I get to the side, I lay down, push my head into it, and I can tap him right out that way too. So I'm on him right here. He goes to try to get that thing off. He's working it. That's what I want to see. This hand right here comes under, put my whole neck against it, and it's caught right in between his head and mine. I just come off, lay on the ground, put mine here. I get my base wide. I can also, if I want to, sit out like this. Do it here too, whichever you prefer. So those are just some ways that you can get a lot of moves when you're mounted on a guy using this arm wrap. It's a very effective move, and there's lots of things that you can do from it.